Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. For the benefit of those who are yet to join us, we'll give them another minute or so. And in the meantime, please make yourself comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee. We are about to spend some 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes talking about some tips and tricks that will make your life towards Christmas a bit easier. My name is Anna. I am supported today by my colleagues Amanda, William, and Alexander. Please make yourself comfortable. We'll start in about a minute time. All right. So it's 2:01. I believe people will keep joining us, but we will get started. Once again, my name is Anna. I am joined by my colleagues Amanda, William, and Alexander. And we are here today with you to deliver a webinar on the topic of workflows health check. So this is something that we definitely want to do today to give you some time to actually follow our tips and tricks before the Christmas break to make this period as festive as possible and as seamless as possible again. In our webinar today, we will be looking at a few things. We will see how you can clean up your system towards the end of the new year, how to fine tune some of your system settings, and also how to set up your system SMS and email templates to open up for new options and to support you in your day-to-day operations. We'll also identify some opportunities for your streamlined performance. If you'd like to introduce yourself, please use the chat for that. We'd love to know where you're from, which state you're joining us from, what your name is, maybe introduce your agency as well. But everyone is very, very welcome here today. So, to start our webinar, what I would like to do, I would like us to actually do a poll. And I'm going to bring it up right now. Just give me 1 second. I will open up the poll to all of our participants. So the poll is now launched, and please let us know how long have you been using the system for, which workflows you're currently using, if any. Do you use automation at all? And if you have customized your templates. I'll leave this poll up for a bit longer just to make sure that everyone who wants to answer those questions have got an opportunity to do so. So once again, how long have you been with Reapit? If you have been using the system for a long time, so you may know it as a console cloud, still add this there. So your workflows that you're using, your templates, if they have been customized, and if you're using your automation. So we do have some answers coming through, and they're quite exciting to see. So we see people using all of the workflows. We can see people who only use the arrears, lease renewals, and vacate workflows. Some people actually use automation, some people don't. And some of you have customized the templates, saying, of course we have. Some haven't. So let's see what today brings. And maybe by the end of this webinar, you would be interested in customizing your templates as well. So with that, let's go straight to the console cloud or Reapit PM. Right. Whether you have just joined Reapit PM, whether you have been using it for a long time, I hope that in this session we will be able to help you to fine-tune some of your system settings and unlock greater efficiency in your everyday processes. This session will help you to assess the health of your system, to your current workflows, and identify opportunities for streamlined performances. I hope that today you will walk away with some really practical tips that you can do as 1, 2, 3 and streamline your operations. Tip number 1 relates to the maintenance and inspections. The question that I have is, are you going to close your business for Christmas and New Year? I hope you do because everyone deserves a break. Most importantly, what can we do to set ourselves up for success in the new year? Let's clean up our maintenance log and also our inspections. Let's start with the maintenance requests. Workflows, maintenance. Open them all up. At the very top, you've got a filter that will allow you to look at the maintenance requests that applied to a particular portfolio. Maybe you want to look at your portfolio only. Maybe you would like to look at the portfolio of your colleagues. Maybe you would like to look at all the portfolios altogether. This is where you can see the list of all of your open maintenance requests. What you can do, you can further narrow this list down using the filters. You may want to have a look at the workflows that actually have been already completed, but they still sit on your list. What we want to do, we want to close those maintenance requests. Clicking on that will open it up for us. 3 action dots will allow us to close the request. Any particular reason we're doing that? Feel free to add it here. Let's say no longer required. Or maybe in this particular case, actually the work was already performed, so we can just say that the work has been completed. Closing our request will take it off our list. Clicking back, I've got that my list is down to 2 requests now. Best practice would be to review your request prior to actually closing that. Now with this one, it's to check PowerPoints in the main bedroom. Some of the PowerPoints are not attached to the walls properly. Do I want to close it at this point of time? I know it's been open. I know that nothing has been done. Probably I want to keep it there and I want to follow up on this particular request. Let's go back and check with this one. This one was reported back in August. Sits as a routine maintenance and also it is gardening. I'm pretty sure this can be closed. Again, clicking on the request, 3 action dots, close my request. Reading for closing, let's say done. Close my request. At this point of time, I'm back to just one of those that is yet to be followed up on. In a very similar way, we suggest you to tidy up the list of all of your inspections. Let's go to our inspections workflow. Workflows, inspections. At the very top, we've got our filters. This is where you can decide what exactly you would like to look at. Clicking on the filters, we can filter our list, narrow it down to a particular type of inspections. Do we want to look at all the entry inspections? Maybe all the exit inspections? Or maybe all the routine inspections? Any particular starters we're interested in? Let's have a look at all the routine inspections, or maybe actually those that are still open. Who are they assigned to? Just to myself, to my colleague, or maybe to anyone, because I am doing the cleanup for the whole office at this point of time. Clicking apply will show me the list of all the open routine inspections. What you can do, going through the list, using an additional filter to look at the dates and see when exactly it has happened, if it has, clicking through the re-inspection and thinking what needs to be done there. Has this particular inspection been conducted? Has the report been attached? What do I need to do this point of time? Am I able just to close the inspection because it has been done and everything has already happened? With this one, I know that I can. Clicking on close also gives me a chance to charge my inspection fees because the inspection has been done. I have done my work. The fee has not been charged yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that the routine inspection fee, confirm. The inspection has been closed. The fees have been added to my disbursement screen, my plan for the future. Going back to my list, I can look at all the other inspections here. Now feel free to use different filters, whatever you're currently working with. Clicking on clear your filters, you're back to the original list with all of your inspections. Looking at the inspections, all the open statuses, all the types of inspections assigned to anyone will give you the whole list that needs to be looked through. When it comes to the inspections during this particular time of the year, what is the most important thing that we need to think about? I guess you all know the answer. We need to make sure that all our outgoings is scheduled and actually happening. Your tenants may be away. Your team members may be away. So what we need to do, we need to plan ahead for the next year. Think about all of those inspections. Are any of those yet to be scheduled? Go through those and schedule them up. So in our first part, what we have done so far, we have discussed how to clean up your maintenance log and how to look at your inspection logs to make sure that you're all nice and clean and tidy to go into the new year in just a few weeks' time. How crazy is that? Now let's move on to the second part of our webinar, and that's when we will be talking about your lease renewals, vacates, and we'll also talk about arrears. Now, rent reviews due around this festive season, any of them you have, do them now. Unfortunately, it's not the best experience for the tenants, and we can certainly relate to that, but we still need to plan for that because we're also doing the job on behalf of our owners. So, we are going on holidays. What can we do to minimize our distractions? We can follow up in advance and request updates from our owners, from our tenants on their intentions. Just to remind you the process, we will start by sending those emails, but first and foremost, we need to go to our lease renewals workflow. This is where you can see what you've got on your list at this point of time. Let's start with this one as an example. Just clicking on the property will allow me to send through those emails. Let's first generate the owner intention email. You know the details, the current rent. Do you propose new rent for your tenants? Do you propose a new term? You can add all of those details there. If by any chance you have already spoken to your owner, maybe they just called you yesterday, the day before yesterday, and they actually told you about their intent, you can add those details straight away. You can say that maybe they have advised you that they would like to renew the tenant. They're very happy with them and they would like to keep going. What we can do, we can save the details. We can see that the owner intention details have been updated. Let's send information to our tenant. Once again, we can email them, or if we do know their intent, we can say what exactly they have told us. Maybe they are happy with the unit or with the house as well, so they would like to stay here. Clicking save will update both of those intentions. As a next step, what we're going to do, we are going to send the lease. Clicking on send the lease, attaching the document from our system, selecting the file, it will be attached to the email. From here, we can send it. Simply clicking on next will ask us who you would like to send it to. So by default, we're sending it to our tenants. The template that is going to be used, the body of the message, the file that has been attached, we can just send it to our tenant. If you are using conversations, a quick reminder, all those emails will be coming back directly into your system. So they will be sitting against your relevant properties, tenants, owners. You will see everything in one place, which makes your life a lot easier here. As a next step, we would like to send a signed lease. Clicking on send a signed lease. Once again, the process is exactly the same. We're attaching the documents that we have received from our tenants with the signatures, uploading it to the message and sending it on to our owners. Clicking next, This is where we can decide whether we just want to send it to our owners or to our tenant. Let's send it to the owners. Clicking next. Once again, the body of the message is there. Clicking send will send it to our owners. Once everything has been done, we can see that this all is on our timeline. Makes our life a lot easier so we know what exactly is happening there. So once everything has been done, so this is the document that we worked with, we can update the proposed lease details into our system, whether it will be fixed term contract or periodic. Let's say it's a periodic for 6 months, start date, end date, skip that. If the rent has been changed, this is when we can update that. We can say that used to be 750, maybe this time it will be 780. New rent start date, we will align it to the start date of the new lease, so 15th of January 2026. And this is where we can also decide if we want to update the tenant agreement with new rent amount and date immediately, which means that everything will be updated in your system at the same point of time. Clicking save, everything has been updated, and this is when we can finalize our lease. If we need to add any notes, any fees to be charged, all of this can be added here. Once the lease is finalized, the system asks us to confirm that, and we click renew our lease. This has been renewed, and this particular tenant and property is out of my lease renewals list. So really, really handy process, really easy to follow. The system literally guides you step by step what needs to be done. When it comes to all of those emails that can be sent by the system, that you can send from the system, do you know that you can actually customize those templates to make sure that those templates deliver your message, deliver what you want to say to your clients? Very easy to do so. Just a quick reminder. Settings, templates. On the right-hand side, you've got your filters. Clicking on those filters, you can decide which category of emails or SMSs you'd like to work with. Let's say I would like to check all the templates that can be sent to my owners when I'm working with lease renewals. Clicking apply will give me a list of all the emails that are currently being sent by the system. If I'd like to make any changes, 3 action dots, edit, work through my templates, make it sound more like me. Using those merge fields because they're very handy to make sure that one fits all when you work with those. I've got plenty of them underneath the body of your message. Once you're ready, once you're happy with the result, click save, and this template will be created and applied. If you think that you would like to create your own, nothing stops you. Add new. Whether it's an email or an SMS, who you would like this template to be applied to, who will be your recipient, give it a name, category, which will be one of those, your workflows, any particular part of the system that it will be applied to, or maybe it will be your general template. Give it a name, create the body, attach the files if required, save it. From that point on, you can use this template in your system. So we've looked at our lease renewals. Let's also have a look at our vacates. Workflows, vacates. Very important. Is anyone going to move out during these 2 festive weeks? Is anyone moving in? This always happens. Who is going to do your inspections? If you're on holidays, who is going to work with your clients, with your tenants? So what we want to do, we want to make sure that everything is created in advance. In our vacate workflows, in my system, I've got one example. This lady is moving out. What I want to do as my first step, I would like to schedule an inspection. Is it going to be assigned to myself? Or maybe I will be on holidays and my colleague will actually look after my clients on my behalf. When the inspection will take place? When is James available to do it? Maybe he can do it just before Christmas, or maybe as our tenant is moving out on the 3rd of January, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So maybe he will be able to do it on the same date. So let's select the 3rd of January as the date, inspection start time, end time, any particular notes. Schedule. Now this has been scheduled and assigned to my colleague. What else can I do here? I can create my tenant summary. I can create a list of everything that needs to be done by the tenant. So maybe I would like them to dry clean all the carpets. Do whatever else needs to be done in accordance to my workflows in my office. What do we usually ask our tenants to do prior to vacating? I can put this all here and I can save all those details. I can view my summary. I can copy my summary. Why may I want to do that? Because I may want to send an email to the tenant, and this will be a reminder that they need to do something with the property prior to vacating. I can use one of the templates. So let's see which one I have got here. Pom pom pom. Can't see the correct one. Oh, there it is, right at the top. Notice of intention to leave. So all of those details will be added. What else I may want to do? I may want to actually insert all the items that have been created in my tenant summary into this email and send it to my tenant in one go all together. Maybe the tenant has actually overpaid some rent. What I need to do? I need to transfer it. I can do it from the same workflow. Clicking on overpaid rent will allow me to transfer all overpaid rent to tenant deposit. The system asks for the second confirmation that yes, this is exactly what I want to do. Clicking transfer will transfer the overpaid rent for the tenant to the tenant deposit. So these are the essential steps that you can follow when you are preparing your tenants to vacate your properties. When everything is done, you will be able to finalize your item from your vacate workflows. And this is when there will be another checklist. And the system will ask you that everything needs to be checked, and only then you say that, yes, I am happy to finalize this tenant and make it inactive. I'm not going to do this now, although actually, let's do it. Why not? So now my vacate list is all nice and clean, and there is nothing for me to follow up on. So very important, once again, this crucial 2 weeks of the year change from 2025 to 2026. Look after your lease renewals, look after your vacates. Very close to the same topics, actually, your arrears. If your automation is currently on, and I hope this is because this is something that helps you a lot in your day-to-day workflow, for these 2 weeks, you may actually want to turn it off. The reason for that is that you will not be receipting during this time. So clicking on that area of your system, once again, workflows, arrears, and we are in the automation section here. Clicking on that, I can disable my automation. What it means that no emails will be sent through during this time. What is also quite important, if you choose to do that, you may also want to create a task to turn it back on when you're back in the office. This is where it sits. Tasks. Add new. Subject. Turn. Arrears. Automation. Back on. Description, I don't really need it here because it's all in the subject. I can assign it to myself. I can also say when this needs to be done, and maybe the due date will be on the 5th of January when I'm back to the office. And I can also give this task a priority. whether it's a high priority task or low priority task. I'd say it's high and add a task. The task has been added. It will pop up for me on the 5th of January when I'm back to the office. So, quick recap of what we've done so far. We have looked at the lease renewals and your vacates and your read. The key point here is we want to plan them in advance, because sometimes failing to plan means that we are essentially planning to fail, and that's what we definitely want to avoid. Right. Finally, the third part of our webinar, and this is where we'll just jump through quickly different things that may assist you with working through your workflows, with setting up something else in your system that may not be currently set up at all. Starting with your templates. We already talked about that. Just a quick reminder that to be able to change your templates or to create new ones, the user needs to be an Office administrator level of user. So settings, templates, this is where you can find those. We strongly suggest you to have your own templates, or at least have a look at what the system is sending through for each of your workflows, so that you're perfectly aware of what is happening there at the back end. Because Reapit PM can support you pretty much in every single step along the way. But we need some guidance from you as to how exactly you want us to support you. Templates is one of those things. So once the templates are all set up, your system will be a lot more adjusted to your day-to-day processes. Tip number 2, what can you do to manage your workflows even better? How do you currently manage your appraisals, your applications? Did you know that if you have any other Reapit products, you can actually integrate them to your Reapit PM to smooth all your workflows and optimize your time? So for example, your appraisals can be coming through from Reapit Sales into Reapit PM. Your applications can be coming through from Reapit Lettings into Reapit PM. How can we get it all set up? Very easy. We need to go to Marketplace. Main menu, Marketplace. In the section of Reapit extensions, this is where you can sync your PM and Lettings products. This is where you can sync your PM and Sales products. If you are using Reapit PM as a premium user and you're also using Lettings, you can also use the Reapit Forms. So all of those things are really, really handy, and they can support you in your day-to-day operations. If you need any help from us doing that, please feel free to reach out to our support team. And we also have guidelines and articles in our Reapit knowledge database. Finally, Analytics Plus. The main tip that I can give you is use it. This is where it sits. Have you seen this before? Do you know how to use it? This is a very, very good tool that allows you to look at your office, see what has been happening there. Have you achieved your goals? How you can plan for the next year, how you can set up some pulses. And I hope that some of you at least know what pulses are. Pulses will be the automatic notifications that can be alerting you when something happens. If, for example, your vacancy rate drops, you can get a pulse, you can get a reminder, you can be notified. If you have some anomalies in whatever is happening with the numbers in your system, you can get notified as well. To set them up, you will be working on your individual reports in Analytics Plus, and your pulses can be set up in your dashboards. Finally, there is something else that I would like to tell you about when it comes to analytics. Under your reports, if we scroll down, we've got our activity planner. Have you got anything scheduled? Would you like to plan it ahead for the next year? This is where you have your schedule of everything that will be happening in your system. You can see that you will have some inspections. If you have any for the next few days. You will have information about the leases. You will have information about your vacates, your compliances. Everything else will be pulled through into this Reapit activity planner. You've got your overview and you've got your today's details as well. Strongly suggest you to use it. That's a great tool which allows you to look at your system as a whole, which allows you to plan your day, which allows you to stay on top of all the tasks that you currently have for your system, for your clients. The very last tip that I would like to give you prior to going on holidays this year, how about updating your signatures and saying Merry Christmas to all of your clients? Very easy to do. At the very top, you've got access to your profile. Clicking on profile, editing your personal information, and this is where you've got your email signature. This is where you may want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Saving it. From that point on, every email that is sent from the system with your signature will also have a little bit of a Christmas and festive flair to that. And if you have been listening, and I hope that you have been, you know what I'm going to tell you to do next. If this has been set up, we need to go to our tasks and we need to create a new task. And this new task will say, change my signature. Once again, when it is due on the 5th of January, when I'm back to the office from my holiday leave, task priority, high, add a task. Now, when I'm back, I already know what I need to do. It's just the beginning of December now, but a few things have already been set up, and I know that this is something that I'll need to start my day with when I'm back into the office.